Motion detected at the Maddie's memory.
That just had to come on. What's up, everybody? This is a WFSO reaction. Just doing a quick video. Our friends at Bucks After Dark. I guess he had a statement that's saying, "Why can the Bucks close out a fudging game?" I guess he wanted to, clean it, but he's gonna let it all out on this video. Well, this is the first time of me seeing this video, so I don't know what happens or what on it, but we're just gonna play and see what he says about them closing out. Then I'll throw my opinions in it.
Buddy, how's everybody doing today? Just got some fucking fresh cut. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. That's not why we're fucking here today. Today I asked you guys on Twitter what you wanted to hear me talk about today. And I gave you three options. I said you want to watch a Bucks Nets preview. You want me to talk about what I think we're gonna get from Drew come playoff time, or do you want to hear me talk about why we're so fucking dog shit in the fourth quarter? And it was kind of neck and neck at one point, but it looks like Drew Holiday lost that battle to why we're so dog shit in the fourth quarter. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about why are the Milwaukee Bucks so fucking ass at that final 6 minutes of the game. I mean, off the top of my head, if you're a real Bucks fan, off the top of your head, just allowed with me at home. Name three moments where we've absolutely just shit the bed in the last 5 minutes of the game. Phoenix Suns, not just too long ago. Boston, I mean, we won that game, but I mean, we gave up a 25-point lead and let Tice shoot a wide open three in the corner. Golden State, that we just blew that one. I mean, you could DiVincenzo going for that steal in that corner three, wide open for Tybo in the corner. Tybo, however the fuck you say his name. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can just name countless times where we have just shit the bed, not only in the fourth quarter, but just like the final 5 minutes. It's like we completely outplay a team for most of the game, and then we just play probably the worst 5 minutes of basketball you can possibly play. And if you're wondering my opinion on it, I think it's a multitude of reasons. And let's start off with, I think, my biggest concern, and that's Dante. I don't think Dante is exactly what we need in a closing five. I mean, he just defensively isn't it for us. And when we're getting in these cold stretches, Dante shooting us out of that is not going to help. It's just not. And I still think Dante should start on this team. Don't get it twisted. But I don't think the same starting five should be the same ending five. That doesn't have to be it. I mean, that's in the ideal world, that's how it would be, but that shouldn't be it. So I think he's a big issue. I also think another big issue for us is Pat. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually am really satisfied with Pat the last probably month. Honestly, I mean, he had that really bad April or March, was it? He had that really bad March, but he's been stepping it up, and I really just think part of Pat isn't Pat at all. It's just Bud. I think Bud really likes playing Pat, and I don't know why. And I think Pat needs to hit that G spot for him, that money spot, you know? He needs to hit that fucking 15 to 20 minutes, dude. When Pat's at that 15 to 20 minutes, bro, ooh, the ball is wet, baby. The ball is wet. We need Pat at that 15 to 20 minute spot. We don't need him guarding AD at the end of the game. Or Kevin Durant. Like, dude, I can just see in my head right now, fucking Pat, dude, getting ready to guard fucking Kevin Durant in a 1.2 minutes left, just guarding. I can just see it in my head. I can just see that. And, notice, Chris, Pat, I really like the basketball Pat's been playing. But, yeah, Pat not being. And I really just think efficiency on the offensive end is another big problem. We take really poor shots when we're up. If you notice that, we take really bad shots. We tend not to. The ball movement becomes so much more stagnant when we're not forced to get a bucket. And defensively, we do get lazy when we're up. Let's be real, we get lazy for the amount of great defenders we have on this team. We should not be blowing any sort of lead in double digits in the fourth quarter. It just shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen, in my opinion. So that's another thing. So, I mean, let's talk about how we fix this. And I think there's one man that can single-handedly fix this problem for the Milwaukee Bucks. We saw it last night Charlotte. Who am I talking about? You know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about PJ motherfucking PJ Tucker. I'm gonna be honest. I saw a lot of Bucks Twitter absolutely fucking sucking off PJ Tucker the second he was announced here, and I'll be honest, I was super skeptical. You know, I saw us giving a first rounder and a trade swap and a big swap away for him, and I think PJ and PJ, like, we gave a lot. We gave a lot for PJ Tucker, and I was between. I was just like, yo, is PJ really like gonna be huge for us? And I'm not gonna lie, the first like 6 games, I mean, when he played like played like a game and a half, got hurt. Then he played, and then he played like 5 more games, and I still wasn't fully sold on him because, yeah, although he is pretty good defensively, on the offensive end, he just hasn't been it for us. However, last night I truly saw the presence of this guy. I mean, he is like our own little Dennis Rodman.
He always have a presence.
Diving out for balls. How he's 6'5", guarding the 1 through 5 position. I mean, we love to see it from PJ Tucker. And all I ask from PJ on the offense is like 8 points, 2 3, 3 3, just like 8 points. I mean, is that too much to ask? I don't think it is. And I think PJ needs to be ending these games. He's going to do a lot for spacing. He's not going to be another, because let's be real. Like, how many times have we seen Dante take a shot in the last 3 minutes when Chris, Drew, Giannis are all in the middle of the floor? How many times have we seen that? We've seen that all the fucking time. So I think PJ Tucker is going to be huge for us come playoff time. I absolutely love PJ Tucker after what I saw from him last night. He's like Thanasis, but talented, you know? And then one more thing, you know, obviously, you know, I've made a lot of videos on Chris Middleton. I talk about Chris Middleton plenty on this channel. But my big thing with Chris is he needs to lead the ball in the field. He so easily gets lost in the offense, and it's not like he's just missing shots he's not taking. How many times have we seen this guy just, the team goes 3 possessions, you know, and, up and down, and Chris isn't touching the ball? That's partly on him. That's partly on Bud. You know, Bud needs to get on these guys and be like, yo, Chris is a shot creator. Chris can hit shots in big moments. I mean, look, he fucking did last night. I mean, you gotta look on Chris for big moments. He had so many big moments for us, and I just think I still like Drew taking that shot as well. But I think my number one option late game is going to be Chris. That's just how I feel. And I think Chris needs to understand that. I know he has more talent on his team than he ever had before, but he still needs to be, you know, capable of taking that shot. What do you guys think? Am I tripping here? Am I spitting facts? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the new box shirt. It's got this shit on sale. You know what I'm saying? I think it's pretty sexy. As usual, guys, just like, comment, you know, the usual shit. Goal before playoffs, we're trying to make it 400 subs, and we're at like 362 right now, so it's like 38 away. It's definitely doable, because if the Bucks make the finals this year, let's be honest, we're going to be 1 million subs come final time. So, yeah, guys, what do you think? Am I tripping here? So, Bucks and 6, let's not blow another fourth quarter, boys. Can we do that?
Okay, so I guess the subject is about their fourth quarter struggles, which I agree and somewhat don't agree. But I did like the point that I've been saying this for like since like PJ Tucker has been in the you know, like I knew about him, but I didn't like know that much, you know, that how he was in Houston and things like that. Like I knew he was like a defensive presence. I knew that, but I just, you know, I didn't know much of stuff he did in offense. So that's for me, like paying attention to some of the Houston games. So, but anyways, but it was like when I saw his first game as a Buck or whatever, I saw like I know like he was good defensively. Like they wouldn't put him at center for no reason in Houston, but they have him, you know, like guarding centers, and he's like 6'5". Well, then again, you look at Charles Barkley, and he was supposedly 6'6", but he was really 6'5". He was a power forward, and you know how Charles Barkley is like rebounding, scoring, and all that stuff. So, like I said, I'm just glad because it's very rare that you find a 6'5" guy. Well, I should be pointing myself too. I'm a 6'5" guy, but yeah, like a 6'5" guy and like his built and whatever that can actually like be good on offense and defense. Like I said, like with offense, like he can set up screens and stuff and like distract other players and stuff like that. So he's good at that. And of course, with defense, he's like, set screens and stay on his man. Like, don't, let his man get away or anything like that. So that I knew about PJ Tucker and glad that they got him. Although, they gave up DJ and the other DJ, which I'm still kind of shocked that they gave away DJ Augustine, but I can understand that he wasn't scoring much when he was playing. He was like on and off. Speaking of on and off, that's what I'm saying about Chris Middleton. Like, it seems like this year he's like got an on and off switch. Like I mentioned that before with like Brendan Jennings. Like he has an on and off switch. Like one game he's on, then the next game he's off. So it's kind of the same thing with Middleton. Like he has an on and off switch. But he was okay yesterday, but still, it's like he got to hit his shots. And like he's the best shooter on that team. And he should be, hitting them shots. Especially if you're a shot creator. You gotta be hitting them shots. Oh, Jesus. Hey Dad, give me 10 minutes. I knew he was gonna he just never learned. But anyways, see, my dad just made me mad and now I gotta try to figure out what I was gonna say. But anyway, with Chris Middleton, he's an on the off switch. Like he's not he's like on like he's good on one game, then the next game he like just goes down. Like he only scored like, like 10, 12 points and like he's supposed to be the second option on this team. And he's playing like he's like the fourth or fifth option. Like even Brooke Lopez is doing better at times in scoring than Middleton is. And that's something different. It's like it should have been Giannis, Drew, then Brooke. But I'm glad that Brooke is, stepping up on some occasions. But it's just crazy that, with no Chrissy's like struggling this year. So that's maybe gonna because I know he can step up in the playoffs. I know that. But it's just like from this point on through the rest of the season, he gotta step up. But I guess we will see when as time goes on with Chris Middleton. But I know some people want him gone and things like that. I would say, see how he does in the playoffs. If he's still good in the playoffs, still just keep him. But between now and when the end of the season, he got to step up. Especially if they want to get that first seed or second seed. Well, I'm pulling for them to get the second seed, so hopefully that happens. With their fourth quarter struggles, like it's just like the other team's defense steps up, and it seems like that the Bucks just like they just shoot anything. They ain't making like smart decisions. Like they have like like their decision making is not that good when it comes to like the rest of the 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. It's like they got to have better decision makers, and like what he pointed out that they needed a better like lineup for that fourth quarter, especially for defense. And that's what they did. Like sometimes Brooke don't need to be in there unless she's gonna be scoring. But like for the fourth quarter, like what not for fourth quarter, but like with Brooke, it's a little slow. And yeah, I did see some parts, and like even this guy had pointed it out, and there's a lot of people that pointed out that like Brooke Lopez is a little bit slow. But I'm glad he's starting to be like use his size and stuff like score from the post and stuff. So I'm glad he's starting to do that and not just always shooting threes. And I guess that was the one problem that Chris Middleton had when the first season with when Coach Bud was out there. He was just like he didn't attempt no mid range shots. He was just attempting threes and like close scoring and stuff like that. And like Bud finally realized that Chris can do like a mid range shots and stuff too. So he was good at that. But we do want that Chris Middleton back because although he's scoring like a little over 20 points a game, but he got to play like he's making 20 points a game. Like he's just really got to be that be that guy, especially if you're supposed to be the second option on the team and you're not playing like a second option. But just good thing that Drew Holiday is stepping up and scoring, and some of his scoring is like a little bit ups and down too. So that needs to be straightened out. But just overall, I think they can get better at closing games by making smart decisions. Mainly just their decision making is the issue. I think is why they can't close out games. It's the decision making. So hopefully, they get better in decision makings because I know you like getting like they doubling Giannis, and Giannis got to learn to pass it when he's getting like triple team or even when he's going to the rack, and it's like a third person is going to clamp on you. Got to learn how to pass it, or don't try to make a stupid mistake and you end up getting like an offensive foul or make a turnover. You got to pass the ball. Like if it's like that simple that you can just cut through and make a easy layup, that's fine. But Giannis got to know when to pass. Like I know he's like up in the assists and stuff this year, but it just seems like on certain situations, it seems like he's not seeing that. He think he can just like, okay, I can take it in. Where he should be like, it's too many of them on me, or too many of them like kind of trying to come in on me, pass it. I'm just thinking that I know they should like look at the footage and look at like what they're doing wrong in the fourth quarter. But overall, I think it's just decision making is the issue with the Bucks in the fourth quarter when they, suddenly they had this big old lead, then they lose. Just decision makings, and I think they get too comfortable when they're in the lead. That's just my take on that. Check out Bucks After Dark. Um, talk about the Bucks, and they make some good and funny videos. Also, if you like this video, please give it a like. Also, subscribe and comment if you want to enter in our giveaway. We still at 145, so I know we can get to at least 150, at least very soon. Then when we get to 150, I'm gonna do a separate video, make an announcement on who's gonna win the Iron Hammer Funko Pop. And like I said, we still got more prizes too. Like we got like prizes for when we get to 200 subscribers. We giving away a Milwaukee Brewers mask and T-shirt. So I may be Brewers out right now because I went to the game today and kind of sucks they lost, but at least enjoyable game. But anyways, guys, thank y'all for watching and keep tuning in to our videos. We post almost every day. Just enjoy the content that we give you. Well, we hope you do enjoy the content. Until the next video.